Before you even think about buying a new TV in 2026, stop. Don't scroll, don't tap that Buy Now button. Don't fall for flashy sale banners promising limited time only, because I'm about to show you which TVs are truly worth your money and which ones are traps that will make you regret spending more than you should. The TV market in 2026 is chaotic. Prices are all over the place. Deals appear and disappear overnight. Models that were premium a few months ago are suddenly selling for hundreds less. And most buyers, they still think launch price equals value. That's wrong. So today, I'm breaking it down honestly. 3 TVs you should absolutely avoid in the United States right now. The 7 best TVs to actually buy, with real reasons why they're worth it. And the subtle details most reviewers never mention. No sponsors, no hype, just real-world performance and the truth. Before we dive in, if you hate being manipulated by marketing, hit like, subscribe for trustworthy TV advice, and drop a comment with the TV you're currently using, because some of you are about to realize you overpaid. All right, let's start with the TVs you should not buy. Avoid TV number 3. Samsung QN85E F series. Let's get this straight. Samsung makes excellent TVs, but the QN85E F series? It's a masterclass in marketing over performance. On the shelf, it looks impressive. Bright colors, big logos, high numbers everywhere. Then you take it home and reality hits. Here's the problem. Contrast sticks like a budget LCD. Blooming creeps into dark scenes. Shadow detail washes out. HDR looks weak and flashy instead of accurate. Glare handling is mediocre for a model priced like premium. This series uses an ADS panel, a kind of LCD that looks okay in a brightly lit store, but collapses under real everyday lighting and night viewing. Gaming features like VRR and 120 Hz are there, but without the contrast and deep blacks to support them visually, it feels like performance for performance's sake, not useful real-world performance. Verdict: looks shiny in ads, performs average in real life. Avoid it. Not a bargain, just a trap.
Avoid TV number 2. Budget QLED TVs with fake specs. Let's talk about a category that keeps disappointing buyers in 2026. Budget QLED TVs, built more for marketing than performance. They look impressive on the box. 240 Hz, mini LED, Ultra HDR. But here's the reality. That 240 Hz is software smoothing, not native panel refresh. HDR support exists, but brightness is too low to show real HDR impact. Mini LED is advertised, but with too few dimming zones to matter. The smart system lags under normal use. In-store demo mode, they look sharp and punchy. At home, black levels look gray, blooming becomes obvious. Motion during sports feels soft. Gaming features exist, but the panel can't truly support them. And that's the trap. The spec sheet sounds premium. The experience feels entry-level. In mid-2026, real mini LEDs and OLEDs have dropped so much in price that these fake-spec QLED TVs are exposed fast. Verdict: big labels, minimal performance. Marketing wins, you don't.
Avoid TV number 1. Super cheap 4K sets with gimmicks. Yes, I already know what you're thinking. Cheap is good, I just want value. And that mindset is smart. But there's a massive difference between affordable and so cheap it ruins the experience. These ultra-budget 4K TVs, usually from off-brand or minimal brand names, look convincing online. The box screams 4K, HDR, Smart TV, big screen, low price. On paper, it feels like you're winning. Then you bring it home, and reality starts showing up fast. Motion blur turns sports into a smear. Blacks look gray and crush shadow detail. Reflections overpower the screen in daylight. Menus lag like they're thinking too hard. Streaming apps look soft because the upscaling is weak. The problem isn't that they're inexpensive. The problem is that they cut corners in the exact places you notice every single day. A TV should not feel worse than the 5-year-old model you're replacing. And that's the uncomfortable truth. Some of these sets actually make older mid-tier TVs look better by comparison. Verdict: cheap isn't value if the experience feels compromised every time you turn it on. All right, now that we cleared the garbage fire section, let's get into the good stuff. Here are the top 7 best TVs to buy right now in 2026 for real buyers, real rooms, and real usage.
Best TV number 7. Hisense U6K series. Great value entry option. If you want a solid TV without paying top dollar, the Hisense U6 series is where real value begins. It doesn't pretend to be a flagship, but it delivers everything most people actually need for everyday viewing. Here's what you get. Surprisingly bright panels for the price, enough to handle living rooms with some sunlight. Decent local dimming that keeps blacks from looking gray. Google TV Smart Platform, smooth, easy to navigate, and full of apps. Clean, balanced picture for movies, sports, and casual gaming. This isn't a luxury display, but it outperforms almost every competitor in its price range without crazy compromises. No gimmicks, no flashy extras, just solid, reliable performance. For everyday use, streaming movies, watching the news, or casual gaming, the U6 series gets the basics right consistently. Verdict: the best starter smart TV for anyone wanting 4K clarity and smart features without breaking the bank. Perfect if you're buying for a bedroom, guest room, or just want a dependable main screen on a budget.
Best TV number 6. TCL QM6K Mini LED. Mini LED without the tax. Nothing screams value quite like Mini LED performance under $1,000, and the TCL QM6 lineup nails it. This isn't a flashy, top-shelf flagship, but it delivers real, usable brightness, contrast, and motion that make cheaper LCDs feel washed out instantly. Here's what you actually get. Mini LED backlighting with punchy brightness that holds up in bright rooms. Good HDR handling that makes movies, sports, and streaming look lively without overdoing it. Crisp motion and low input lag. Games feel smooth, sports feel natural. Solid Google TV interface, responsive, easy to navigate, and packed with apps. This TV proves that you don't need a $2,000 price tag to get a Mini LED experience. Sports look clean, daytime viewing isn't a struggle, and games feel responsive and immersive. It won't win every spec war on paper. Native refresh rates, peak nits, or local dimming zones might lag behind pricier models, but in real-world usage, it delivers most of what matters without the flagship tax. Verdict: one of the best deals in 2026 for anyone who wants bright, clean, everyday performance without overpaying. Best TV number 5. Hisense U8 series. Bright, punchy, insanely good price. Now we're stepping into the territory of TVs that genuinely make you say, wait, this is under $1,000? The Hisense U8 series is one of those rare screens that delivers real flagship-level performance without the flagship price. Tech reviewers rave about it for a reason. It's bright, punchy, and surprisingly capable. Here's what you actually get. Mini LED backlighting with huge punch. Rooms with sunlight are no longer a problem. Dense local dimming zones for contrast that actually pops without washing out dark scenes. HDR that impresses. Highlights don't blur, shadows retain detail, and movies feel cinematic. Gaming ready. Low input lag, VRR support, and smooth motion handling. This TV handles movies, sports, and gaming with confidence, and it won't crumble under bright lights or mixed content. Plus, in 2026, prices on the U8 can drop aggressively during sales, making it one of the most unfair deals in the market. Verdict? The Hisense U8 series is a perfect mix of brightness, performance, and value, a must-consider if you want flagship-level impact without the flagship tax.
Best TV number 4, LG C5 OLED. Cinematic feel with real discounts. OLED finally became affordable in 2026, and the LG C5 OLED is the perfect example of why. This TV continues LG's legacy of delivering that unmistakable OLED magic. Deep, cinematic visuals that make movies, shows, and games look incredible. Here's what makes it stand out. Perfect blacks, shadows stay true, no gray wash. Infinite contrast, every scene pops, even in dark rooms. Wide viewing angles, color and brightness stay consistent from almost anywhere in the room. Accurate colors, movies, streaming, or games look exactly how they're meant to. Gaming ready, low input lag, HDMI 2.1, VRR support, and buttery smooth motion. And here's the kicker. With mid-2026 pricing, this TV often drops significantly during sales, sometimes approaching nearly half off its original MSRP. That means you get true OLED performance without the usual luxury cost. If your setup is movie-focused, nighttime viewing heavy, or gaming-centric, this TV nails that cinematic vibe while staying accessible. Verdict? The LG C5 OLED is the smartest OLED buy for most people in 2026. Premium feel, stunning image, and a price that finally makes sense. Best TV number 3, Samsung QN90D Neo QLED, Bright Room Champion. Let's get real. TVs aren't just for perfectly lit demo rooms. They need to perform in your living room with sunlight spilling in and lights on during the day. That's where the Samsung QN90D Neo QLED shines, literally and figuratively. Here's why it stands out for real-life use. Elite anti-glare coating. Reflections and windows don't ruin the picture. High sustained brightness. Bright rooms, sunny afternoons, no compromise. Crisp text and sports handling. Everything from scrolling news tickers to fast-action games is readable. Clean HDR. Highlights pop without crushing shadow detail. This isn't a TV that just looks good in a showroom loop. It's built to thrive in bright, everyday spaces where other premium sets would struggle. Yes, it's priced at a premium, but in real-world usage, performance outweighs paper specs every time. Verdict? The everyday winner for anyone dealing with bright rooms, mixed lighting, or a combination of movies, sports, and gaming.
Best TV number 2, Samsung S90D OLED. OLED sweet spot. Now we're getting into serious OLED territory. Top-tier picture without the usual flagship price. The Samsung S90D hits the sweet spot for buyers who want OLED performance that actually feels premium without paying full flagship money. Here's what makes it shine. Rich QD OLED color, vibrant, accurate, and consistent across the screen. Deep, true blacks. Every shadow holds detail, perfect for movies or gaming. Excellent motion handling. Fast sports, action movies, and next-gen games stay smooth. Lower price than flagship OLEDs. Incredible value for what you're getting. In real-world side-by-side comparisons with other high-end OLEDs, most people cannot spot the difference unless they're obsessively measuring pixels in a lab. That's why this TV is considered one of the most unfair values in 2026. Whether it's live sports, cinematic blockbusters, or gaming marathons, the S90D handles it all with confidence and precision. Verdict? The best OLED value pick of 2026. Premium performance, smart pricing, and real-world versatility.
Best TV number 1, Sony A95L QD OLED, reference level beast. And now, the crown jewel of 2026, If money isn't a worry, but you still care about real value, the Sony A95L sets the bar for what a TV should be. Here's why it dominates. QD OLED brilliance, perfect contrast, deep blacks, and vibrant highlights that pop without oversaturation. Stunning color accuracy. Every hue is precise, natural, and consistent across the screen. Industry-leading motion processing, smooth action in sports, games, and fast-paced movies. Best-in-class upscaling. Older content looks sharper and more detailed than you'd expect. Natural, non-fatiguing image. You can binge for hours without eye strain. This isn't about winning spec wars, it's about living with the TV. In everyday use, movies feel cinematic. You get the depth, shadow detail, and contrast of a theater. Games feel immersive, low input lag, vibrant color, smooth motion. Streaming and TV shows look cleaner, even compressed or lower quality content is more watchable. Bad streams look less bad. The TV hides flaws without overprocessing. This is why the A95L remains a reference-level display in 2026. It's not just expensive, it's a true best in performance, longevity, and real-world usability. Verdict: the king of 2026. Ultimate picture quality, unmatched consistency, and a TV you'll still enjoy years from now.
Why these picks matter in 2026? Here's the truth most people ignore. Big numbers on a spec sheet don't equal real value. A TV can look amazing on paper. Highest brightness, crazy HDR stats, fancy marketing buzzwords, but if it doesn't perform in your living room, it's basically useless. The TVs on this list aren't just shiny numbers, they actually work where it counts. Bright rooms, glare-handled, text-readable, highlights pop. Mixed lighting, morning sun, lamps on, no washed-out picture. Sports, motion stays clean. Fast-paced action is easy to follow. Movies, deep blacks, cinematic contrast, rich colors. Gaming, low input lag, smooth VRR, responsive experience. And here's the kicker. Many of these models are on sale right now. That means you can get flagship-level performance without paying full flagship prices. This is the difference between a good purchase and overpaying for hype. In 2026, understanding real-world performance is everything. Final thought. Here's the reality in 2026. The smartest TV purchase isn't about being first to the store. It isn't about chasing the loudest marketing campaign or flashing logos. It's about understanding real value, timing your buy, and knowing what actually performs in your home. If this video helped you avoid wasting money or buyer's remorse, hit like. It helps other savvy buyers find this info. Subscribe for honest, no BS TV breakdowns every week. Drop a comment, tell me what size screen you're aiming for or what kind of content you watch most. And check the links in the description to see current deals and prices. And if you want to support the channel directly, Super Thanks is enabled. It genuinely helps keep these deep dive, real-world videos coming. Because the truth is, the best TV isn't the flashiest box in the store. It's the one that delivers maximum enjoyment for the money you actually paid. Movies, sports, gaming, it all just works. No compromises. I'll see you in the next video. And trust me, next time we're exposing gadgets that pretend to be smart but are quietly spying on you. Yeah, don't miss that one.